for them, it's kind of like worst case scenario, honestly.
A lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat. There's spirit in our country like never before.
I can name Kung Flu.
It's called the invisible enemy, and that's what it is. It's an invisible enemy. It will go away. You know it is going away.
So I'm Tej Thambi. I'm going to be a senior this year in high school at Winston Churchill High School. It's kind of frustrating and disappointing that everything was kind of just canceled, all the events. You only have like 4 years in high school, so it's not time that you really get back, especially if we might not be able to have the opportunity to participate in all of these events that are kind of essential to the American high school experience.
It's time to be open, it's time to stay open, and we will put out the fires as they come up, but we have to open our schools. It's so important to open our schools. And what you said from a psychological standpoint with respect to staying home any longer, you can't do it.
To open up America again, we got to open up America's schools.
This year, we're planning to start online. So we're going to have a scheduled sort of Zoom day. Throughout the day, we'll have Zoom classes for, I think it's about an hour for each class. It's obviously not the same as going to school and the whole experience of learning in school. And I don't think the end of last year was very good for learning. People weren't really prepared. It wasn't really a learning experience. It was kind of just looking things up. So students weren't able to really get an accurate depiction of how they did in the class. Because the format of the online learning and not being able to physically do things in class, we're not going to be able to learn in the same way, where you won't really get experience. Definitely going to be harder than it was before to kind of grasp onto the information.
Vital importance of safety and reopening America's schools. We want to reopen the schools. Everybody wants it.
I think a lot of people really want to go back to school, but they're not really, I don't think people have thought about full repercussions of it, because it's not just like a bubble where they're confined to just them. They can spread it to family members and other people that they come into contact with.
I want to just say get open in the fall. We want your schools open. It's going to be a much better climate than it is right now.
I think it would be really difficult to have a bunch of high school students try to social distance for 7 hours a day for the whole week, for the rest of the year. A lot of people are not really paying attention to the rules, and they're just going and doing what they would have done anyway.
Children are at the lowest risk of any age group.
We don't know how it'll affect everybody, and I think doing this is probably the right decision for right now. They'll probably find alternatives. It won't be the same, but if that's what we have to do in terms of for health and safety for everybody, then I guess we have to do it, even though it kind of sucks.